It's summer 2024 and Vita the Wonder Dog and I are back at it again. We're on the Sea-Doo and we're going to head out. Today we're going to look at all the homes for sale on the lake on the east side of Okanagan Lake because there's just too many this year. We can't do them all in one video, so we're going to do the east side and then we're going to go across the lake to the Tronson Road side and the Adventure Bay side next week. Let's lock and load, Vito. We're going to start our tour today by starting at the very end of Eastside Road as far as we can possibly go, and then we're going to work our way on the east side of the lake as far as the houses for sale go closest to town. Let's start here at number 139990 Eastside Road. This is a repeat from last year and I think the year before as well. 4.98 million is the list price. And it was built in 1993. So this is the very, very end of the road. This is as far as you can go before you have to turn around and go back because you can't cross country to Lake Country from here. It's a huge lot. It's 10.625 acres. And this is the original house at the gated Eastside Estates community. So it has 399 feet of lake frontage, which is very cool. Got the nice views of Terrace Mountain, 3 covered parking spaces, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. The house is 4,149 square feet in total. And again, that's number 139990 Eastside Road, 4.98 million. Now in the same development just down the road, we have number 7 at 9990 Eastside Road for 2.975 million. Built in 2008, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, total of 4,776 square feet. Now it's on 1.5 acres. However, the acres go across the road and up that hill. So really you have the most use out of your 74.76 feet of lakefront by however much it goes up that hill. This is all, again, the same gated waterfront community. There's only 12 homes in this community, which is really nice. Lots of privacy, lots of serenity. This house has some pretty cool moving wall systems, so they open right up to the fabulous patios. It's got a second kitchen and bar right on the beach level. And again, that's 75 feet of beachfront, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. That's number 79990 Eastside Road in Eastside Estates. Here's another repeat, 110 Russell Road for 6.995 million. We have another waterfront acreage here with a smaller home. The home was built in 1991. It's only 1,404 square feet. However, it's on 3.1 acres with 415 feet of level lakefront. And it's got a home, a cottage, and a shop. So lots of stuff involved here. You're very close to the Outback and close to that South Bay beach. Of course, you have your own beach. It's really nice here. The upper area here is actually huge. It's got fruit trees, that shop I was talking about, really amazing rock bluff view of the lake and the mountains. Very nice. That's 110 Russell Road, another repeat at 6.995 million. Now we're in Delcliffe. At any given time, you normally don't see a lot of places for sale in Delcliffe, but this year we have 3. This is number 139750 Delcliffe Road for 1.698 million. Built in 1991, 2,935 square feet. Now this is a home in Cameron Point Estates. So you have a gated neighborhood. You have to go through the gates to get to this area. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2-car garage. So then what you have to do, you have to go through the yard, down the stairs to get to your lakeside deck. You've got a private dock, you've got your boat lift. So this is quite a great way to get on the lake for a pretty reasonable price, 1.698 million. All these homes on Cameron Point and in Delcliffe, there's also a public access point for a public beach with a pink shale beach. It's really nice as well if you wanted to take advantage of that. And then you're also right next door to Ellison Provincial Park. So there's hiking and mountain biking and beaches there as well, including a dog beach. So that's 139750 Delcliffe Road, 1.698 million. Next on our list, 9739 Delcliffe Road for 3.5 million. This one is a more heritage home built in 1908, 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms in 5,444 square feet. So this is quite a large house, obviously, on 0.35 of an acre with 63.16 lineal feet of water frontage. Lots of parking here. There's a total of 6 parking spaces, 3 are covered. And you're right here, right in this beautiful bay of Delcliffe that everybody loves so much. Lots of elegance in this house with the gabled ceilings, the exposed beams, the crown moldings. And on the main level alone, there's over 2,800 square feet. And like I say, 5,444 square feet in total. Lots of perks here, but the main perk is just being able to live in Delcliffe. 9739 Delcliffe Road, $3.5 million. And then just a few doors over, 9701 Delcliffe Road, also in Delcliffe, obviously, for $4.999 million. 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, with a total of 5,506 square feet on the many levels on this home. The lot size is 0.31 of an acre with 80 feet of lakefront in, again, that beautiful Delcliffe Bay. And this house is just nearing completion. So if you wanted to buy it, you have the chance to add the final touches. You can pick your countertops, etc., etc. The walls are primed, so awaiting your colors. And also, as you can see, a dock complete with a boat lift. And then the landscape is ready for you to give your ideas as well. So that's 9701 Delcliffe Road, nearing completion, $4.999 million. Just past Delcliffe, we find 9653 White Point Road, and we have 2 for sale on White Point as well. Again, very unusual. $1.990 million just came on the market, built in 1979, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 0.57 acre lot, so just over half an acre with 101 feet of water frontage. Total square footage of the house, 2,385 square feet. 7 parking spots, 2 of which are covered with an attached garage. Unfortunately, the dock was washed out in a storm years ago and it hasn't been rebuilt, so you'd have to rebuild your own dock. But again, for a half an acre lot on the lake, on Okanagan Lake, $1.99 million, 9653 White Point Road. Then the next one on White Point is 9623 White Point Road at $2.477 million. Built in 1972, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3,160 square feet in total. And it's an even larger lot. It's 0.78 with just over 120 feet of private lakeshore. It's got a licensed dock with a boat lift, and it's got this nice, mature park-like setting. This house has a suite. It's got a 2.5-car garage, tons of privacy, red sandy beach similar to Delcliffe, 3 massive decks, level lakeshore, new roof in 2018. And this is original owners in this house. So again, 9623 White Point Road, $2.477 million. Now we're down at Smith Road, couple on Smith Road as well. 9222 Smith Road is where we're going to start. Originally listed at $2.79 million, down to $2.59 million. This home was built in 1986, 1,827 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, just on over 1 acre, 1.06 acres, and 230 feet of lakefront. So that's nice. This is a really long lakefront, and it's at the end of that quiet road, like at the very end of Smith Road. Tons of privacy, tons of seclusion, breathtaking views. There's a private dock with a boat lift, which is one of the things that we want to see, certainly, when we have a house on the lake for sale, if possible. Custom kitchen, vaulted ceilings, nice home, 9222 Smith Road for $2.590 million on that huge 230 feet of lakefront. Then 9131 also on Smith Road for $2.549 million. Built in 1972, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 2,945 square feet on a 1/4 acre lot with 129.93 lineal feet of water frontage, so let's say 130 feet. And this one has been top to bottom renovated, like just unreal, the entire thing. It's got nice mature tree growth, the quiet no-through road, And like I say, everything, soup to nuts, is done in this beautiful home. The laundry room even has a steam shower. I mean, seriously. And at the waterfront, there's a private dock with a 6-ton boat lift and power and lighting and the whole deal. 9131 Smith Road, $2.549 million. Then we get onto the homes at Okanagan Landing Road. This one's 8671 Okanagan Landing Road for $3.995 million, built in 2006. 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms on 0.29 of an acre with 160 feet of waterfront. 160 feet is a lot. The house is owned by an award-winning interior designer, and it was inspired by French and Italian Mediterranean villa details. You can see that as you walk through the home. Old brass faucets, English porcelain Shaw Farm sink, glass cabinet doors, old basalt rock outdoor fireplace. Like, it's really very, very cool home. Big outdoor kitchen. It's got a Chinese wok, a Japanese teppanyaki grill, and a Canadian barbecue too, just in case, and an Italian forno apple wood burning outdoor oven. Holy cow. So you can choose what kind of food you want tonight. That's at 8671 Okanagan Landing Road, $3.995 million. As we head closer into town, we get to 8551 Okanagan Landing Road for $1.59 million. Built in 1950, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, smaller house, 1,645 square feet. And this is a property that straddles Okanagan Landing Road. So there's extra parking and RV storage to the south. And so you just, you have that. It's a 0.74 acre lot with 66 feet of frontage, but the property does go across the road. Comfortable home, 8551 Okanagan Landing Road for $1.59 million. Then we get even closer to town, 8349 Okanagan Landing Road, built in 1992, $3.4 million, 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 5,213 square feet. The lot is 0.35 of an acre with 102 feet of water frontage. There's a sports basketball court, there's a hot tub area, huge fenced yard, and there's a conforming dock. It's from 2019. And the lakeshore, nice and clean, great swimming accessibility. Nice big home on a big lot, 8349 Okanagan Landing Road for $3.4 million. Then just a few steps down the road, 8337 Okanagan Landing Road, $1.799 million. Built in 2019. I guess I'm going to say rebuilt in 2019. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. 0.19 of an acre. It's a small lot with 70 feet of water frontage, and the house itself, teeny tiny 1,295 square feet. It's the smallest one that's on our list today. No covered parking, but lots of uncovered parking. 8 spots actually. And this one's fully furnished too, so if you want something turnkey, this is possibly one of the options that you might be looking for. It's relatively affordable considering $1,799,900, 8337 Okanagan Landing Road. Then the last one on our list, 8201 Okanagan Landing Road for $1.79 million. Built in 1967, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on a 0.97 acre lot with 66 feet of lakefront. Now this, again, will go across the road as well. It's split by the road, but the house is on the lakeside, as you can see. 1,987 square feet, fenced, landscape, waterfront lot, lakeside patio and a fire pit, carport and lakeside storage for kayaks and water toys, and then across the road there's lots of parking, including room for your RV if you're interested, and then there's a 26 by 26 garage which has separate electrical panel, shelving, etc. And that's the last house on our list at 8201 Okanagan Landing Road for $1.79 million. And those are all the houses on our list today. Join us next week when we look at everything for sale on the opposite side of the lake, on the Toronto Road, Adventure Bay side. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your summer.
Just